Greetings, pipe smokers. Well, for this video, I thought I would share with you guys my little adventure in having some of my pipes repaired and restored. I've got a couple of pipes that needed some work done on them, and so I finally got around to having that done. So what I thought I would do is kind of do a before and after, where I would, the first part of this video where I would show here's the pipes before, here's the damage that happened to them, or here's the issues with them, that you get a look at them, and then I'm going to send them off to a place that does pipe repair and restoration, have them fix them, and spiff them up for me and repair them, and then when I get them back, show you the completed work and share my thoughts and opinions on the whole process and the results, and if a recommendation is warranted at that time, I will do it if I'm happy with the work. So way back in my pipe video number 9, I shared with you where I had basically broken one of my pipes. It was one of the very first pipes I bought. As a matter of fact, it was I think, if I remember correctly, it was the second pipe I ever purchased. It was a basket pipe that I purchased at a local tobacco shop here in town, and it was just a no-name basket pipe, and I think this was about 2 years ago, and I finished smoking it, so I was going to clean it, and I was I was going to remove the stem from the pipe so I could clean it, do a little thorough cleaning of it. And what happened was, here are the two pieces here. This is a vulcanite stem, and I don't know if you can see it. Well, there you go. My webcam's only so good. The tenon snapped off and got lodged inside the shank of the pipe. So as you can see, this was just a I can spin it, get it lined up the way it was supposed to look before it broke. Oh well, it's just a straight straight billiard, no name, nothing particularly wonderful about the grain on it or anything, but it was the second pipe I bought, but it was a really good smoking pipe, and I'm assuming it still is to this day. It smoked really good, but it was a basket pipe. I think this thing cost me, I don't know, $20 maybe 25. I don't remember. It was just a basket pipe, nothing special about it. And I asked around, looked around, and the cost to repair this stem was as much as the pipe cost me to begin with. So I was like, well, that stinks. I have to spend as much as I bought for the pipe just to get it repaired. So I didn't get it repaired. I just put it away. I kept it and just put it away. And then just recently, I was smoking another one of my pipes. It is this this Dr. Grabo freehand, and I noticed after I'd finished smoking and I was dumping the ash out, running a pipe cleaner through it, that it was there was a lot of juice that had kind of leaked out right here at the connection between the stem and the shank. And I've kind of had this problem off and on with this pipe, where it would kind of get, the juices would kind of leak out and get kind of messy down there. So I was like, well, let me pull this, once it cools down, let me pull the stem off this thing and, really clean it down thoroughly, clean up all those juices inside and out there. And when I did that, after it cooled down and I pulled it apart, what happened was, on these, I don't know if these all Grabos are like this now, but this freehand is like this. You'll notice the tenon is this metal tube. And it's got some, you can see those slots cut in it. But this tube, Grabo pipes are filter pipes, and this tube is used to hold the paper filter. Well, I don't smoke a filter in this pipe. I just, I don't smoke filters. I don't use filters when I smoke my pipe. But this metal tube acts as the tenon, and what happened was, I don't know if you can see it, but you can't see it. But basically, right here, along the length of the stem, it split or cracked. And so this metal tenon stayed lodged inside the shank. So I was like, that sucks. So I was able to get some pliers and pull this metal tube out, and I put it back in the stem here, but because it's got this split in it, I don't think you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of barely make it out there in the glare there. That's where that little line glare. It doesn't stay. Every time I put it back in here and I smoke it and it gets hot and what expands whatever, when it leaks even worse now. The juices leak out of it even worse now because they got that crack in this plastic stem. That's the problem with Dr. Grabo's. Part of the reason why they're so cheap too, but they have plastic stems, not vulcanite or lucite. But anyway, it leaks even worse juices now, and when I pull it apart to clean it, again, this metal tenon just stays lodged inside the shank of the pipe. So I was like, well, darn, because this is, again, it's a cheap pipe, Dr. Grabo pipe, but it smokes great. Other than that getting kind of wet down there at that connection, it smokes fantastic, and I really like smoking this pipe. So I was like, okay. So now I've got two pipes that have been damaged right there at the tenon. So I guess it's time to just buck up and get these pipes repaired. So I'm going to get the tenon repaired on this pipe. Just keep the stem. I think I can keep the stem. Get the tenon repaired. Or just get another, straight, vulcanite stem on this pipe. I dropped the stem on the floor, and get that repaired. And also going to get, for this one, instead of having this plastic stem repaired, I'm just going to go ahead and get a new stem for this, because this metal pipe, this metal tenon here is just it's not the best material to use as a tenon, because basically you got that hot smoke and steam that comes down the shank, and as it goes up the stem, it hits that cold metal, as it were, and it condenses out moisture, and that's why it's always kind of getting wet and juicy and kind of leaks right there at this connection, because that warm hot air hits that cold metal and condenses the moisture out. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a replacement stem. I'm not going to have this repaired or have this piece of hardware put it back in it or anything like that. We'll get a brand new, and I think I'm going to get a lucite stem. That way I don't have to worry about the vulcanite oxidizing or anything like that. So I'm going to have that done. And also, I figure, well, if I'm going to go to that trouble, I have a third pipe. This, I've taken the stem out of it. It's not broken or damaged or anything. It is this, and I'll put the thing in so you can get to see what the shape is. It's a Sassini. It's my Zulu, Dublin Zulu pipe. It's no damage to this at all, but the bowl and the shank of the pipe, the finish on it is kind of, this was an estate pipe and it was fine when it came, but it's gotten kind of, with time and use, it's kind of gotten, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's all kind of scratched and scuffed up. My camera won't focus very closely, but it just looks kind of unsightly and well worn. So I was going to send this off and have them see if they can't, they do pipe restoration when I'm going to send it to, and have them clean it up, sand it down and smooth it up, and if they need to restain it or anything like that, and wax it and buff it up and shine it up, and hopefully it'll get rid of all these scuffs and scratches all over the bowl. So those are the three pipes that I'm going to have work done on them. Two of them are broken and get repaired. The third one just have a little restoration done, restoration work done on it. So when these pipes come back, I will share with you the results. Let you see what they look like, let you know, my thoughts on the process, how it turned out, how it went, and I think that might be interesting. So keep watching, and we'll be back. Hey folks, well, I received the package with my repaired and restored pipes today, and I wanted to share the results of them with you and give my recommendation if it was warranted or not. So the first pipe was that Dr. Grabo, where the stem had cracked. It's a plastic stem, and it had developed a split or crack in it right here, so this metal tenon kept coming out every time you join the pipe up and pull it apart to clean it. This metal tenon would come out. So I had that, instead of having this repaired, I had it replaced, and what I had it replaced with was an acrylic stem. It's all one piece. No metal tenon anymore, and I had it done in a color that mimics Cumberland material and vulcanite, but this is acrylic. So there's my new stem on my Grabo pipe. So, and it fits perfectly. and it has a nice draw on it. And my wife is watching me from the corner of the door, and she's laughing at me right now. Okay, the next pipe I had restored was this no-name straight billiard. This was the second pipe I ever purchased, and it has a vulcanite stem on it, and the tenon broke off inside the mortise, or the shank of the pipe. And I had this, instead of having this stem replaced, I had it repaired. So now the stem has been repaired. Take it apart for you so you can see. There it is, all now one piece, and actually it's been drilled open up a little bit, so the draw on this pipe is much better now. Yeah, and he also waxed and polished the bowl and cleaned up the rim, got rid of the carbon buildup, and reamed out the bowl, so now it's about as pretty as it was the day I bought it, and a nice open draw on it. So yeah, there's my no-name billiard that's been repaired. So I'm happy about that, because this is a great smoking pipe, and I really love this pipe. It smokes like a champ for a cheap pipe with no name and, you know, no pedigree whatsoever. It smokes as well as some of my most expensive pipes. So there you go. And then finally, the third pipe I sent off was not to be repaired, but to be restored, and it was my Sassini 4-dot in the Zulu shape. The bowl was all scratched and scuffed up, and the stem here was really oxidized. The vulcanite had oxidized pretty poorly, but he polished it up really nice, and then I just drop it right there and put another scratch in it. Moron. No, it didn't. But he polished it up, waxed it and polished it. The rim looks beautiful, no carbon buildup there, and reamed it out. And it looks like, I'm wondering if he didn't sand the bowl and sand it down and restain it, because it seems to be a lighter shade of brown than it was before. Before, I remember it being almost a blackish brown. Now it seems to be just a brown. So but yeah, it's now beautiful, and hopefully I won't keep dropping it like I just did and rescuff it, idiot. But here's my restored Sassini 4-dot, and I used for this work, I used Dave Wolf at Walker Briar Works. He's based out of Michigan, and I can confidently recommend his services. He did a great job on the repair and the restoration work of these three pipes. He took the time to talk with me on the phone before I sent these pipes off, and just talked about what had happened to them, what I was thinking about having done to them as far as repair and restore work, and his suggestions on some other things that might be useful to have done too. So the whole process was really enjoyable. I sent these pipes off to him in mid-February. It's now the 1st of April, so it took about 6 weeks, which is a little longer than ideally I would have preferred, but it's not because Dave is slow in his work. It's just he's very, very busy. If you go to his website, he's got a page there. It's called his pipe repair schedule, and you can see that he has got literally dozens and dozens of pipes in the queue to be repaired and restored. So it's not like he's slow. He's just really busy, and I can see why he's really busy, because he does an excellent job on his work. And yeah, I recommend him. So I'll throw in a couple of pictures here at the end of these three pipes to show them off a little better, because my webcam is mediocre at best. So there you go, got my pipes back. They're all fixed up, cleaned up, looking pretty, ready to smoke, and hope you found that interesting, guys. Smoke in peace.